Hey ladies, so I apologize about the technical difficulties I had last night, but tonight's recording will be on inviting with a purpose. So this is the follow-up to our team call from June 21st. So I hope you guys had a chance to look over the PowerPoint, check that out, and then we'll run through that here in this video as well, and I'll kind of explain some of the points that I made and why I made them, and then just run through I guess kind of how and where I got all of the ideas and everything like that. So I did actually, well here, what I'll do is, let's do screen share. All right. Pull that up. Okay, so like I said, inviting with a purpose. And we'll just dive right into it. So first thing that I decided to talk about are the inviting principles. So basically things that just to keep you focused and moving forward when you're creating invites, posting invites, thinking about invites, that kind of thing. So the first one is be patient and persist. So this is a relationship building business. So we can't expect, if we put our very first invite out there, or even a couple invites, and we're not getting a whole lot of response back. People are kind of wondering what we're doing, what we're up to. They have to know that they can trust us first. They need to know that we're not just out there posting to try and get a sale or something like that. So be patient and know that what you're doing has a purpose, and just keep persisting, be persistent with it, and consistent, and things will start to fall into place from there. Second thing is take action. So when we do calls like this, when you listen to personal development, anything from the Coach Online office, so there's a ton of resources. Anything that you find on YouTube, that kind of thing. I know for the longest time, I would hop into all of these activities, I guess you could say, but then I didn't really apply it to my business. So I'd listen and I'd take notes and say, okay, yep, that's awesome, that worked for them. And then it was like, it just, just went right over my head. So take notes, like I said. Feel free to copy and paste and then twist things to make it so it's your own story, or your own personal experience that you're creating from that. Don't just let it pass you by, basically. Be you, and that means, sometimes I think we can get caught in, well, she's posting like this, or she's doing this, or maybe I should do that, and it's like the shiny object syndrome, I guess you could call it. Just be you. The first thing that comes to your head or to your heart, just share it, just post it, just be vulnerable, and don't think you need to look or act or tweak certain posts to be like anybody else, because the people that you attract, you want them to like you for you, not like you for being somebody else. And then the last thing is have fun with it. I think often, or at least I fell into this, kind of overthink it, and it's like, oh, you feel the pressure, you feel a little bit stressed, you feel just a whole bunch of wild and crazy emotions. And it's like, if you take 10 steps back and think about when you first signed up, it was fun. It's like, it's exciting, and it's refreshing and everything like that. So just don't be afraid to make mistakes. Just, like I said, be vulnerable and put yourself out there and have fun with it. Show people that, we're not perfect. Coaching and challenge groups, all of it, it's learning through our failures. So I think that that's really something that I've learned a lot. All four of these things are things that I had to, I think, fight through the challenges for them to make sense for me. So that's why I wanted to start there. So now the next couple slides, I'm sharing exact scripts, I guess you could say, from public invites and private invites that I have done in the past. So inviting publicly. So we'll talk about that first. I have 3 different strategies that I guess you could say that I've used that have worked. And then when I get to the private posting, I'll share one strategy that worked really well and one that was a total failure. So Publicly, I guess I don't really consider any of them a failure. You know, even if you don't get response, you have no idea if that's something that you triggered somebody to follow you now for the next month, 6 months, 1 year. I mean, so no matter what you're doing publicly, I don't feel like any of that is a failure. So unless you're posting a big Beachbody sale sign or something, then it doesn't, then it's not you that you're promoting, then it's Beachbody. So the first one, share your story. So this is a format that Erin taught me, and it is something that I like to use when I'm creating invites. So what I do is I copy and paste this exact script, I guess you could say, into my post, and then I start answering the questions and delete the questions. So what is your background? You know, you could say something like, for example, something that I've talked about before I decided that I wanted to have kids. You know, I was super scared about what it would do to my body, how it would affect me, would I be able to be healthy again afterwards and look and feel confident about it. And then I found, you know, I can't really say that I found Beachbody. I found the people within Beachbody. I found other moms that were crushing goals, and it was amazing. And I was like, you know, if they can do it, I can do that too. And Autumn, I saw Autumn, and I was like, man, she has a kid and she looks awesome. So that's the solution. And then that made me excited and determined and willing, not so scared, I guess, to eventually decide that, yep, I probably could have a kid and I will probably survive it. So like, obviously I wouldn't type, you know, I'd type all of that, but I'd, you know, kind of use different words and just make it so it's relatable, you know. And then at the end, you know, if you've ever felt like that, or if you know where I'm coming from, comment below, send me a message. I'd love to connect with you. So you kind of create that call to action at the end. So you can twist that and turn that into any situation. Your background, you know, did your family have certain health issues? Were you a yo-yo, I don't want to say dieter, but yo-yo dieter, or have you maybe been challenged with being on the roller coaster ride of finding that perfect balance? Just anything, you know, something that basically your background is what was the challenge for you, and then you just kind of create it from there. So I think that works really well. Like I said, I have that saved on my phone in my notes section, and I just copy and paste it into my post. And I do that probably, I don't know, twice a month, something like that. So then strategy number 2 for inviting publicly, what if? So this is something that I did when I first started. I haven't done this in a while, but it did work really well for me when I was just getting my, you know, kind of getting my name out there and just showing people that I was serious about what I was doing. So once again, copy and paste. That's what I did. I copied and pasted this from a top coach, and then I just used a selfie or something with it. So if I could provide you with a 21-day workout that was just 30 minutes a day with a meal plan that is simple to follow and uses a foolproof portion control system, telling you exactly what to eat without starvation, and you could lose 10 pounds or more in just 3 weeks, how serious would you be about trying it? And then test group starts, and then so you're giving them a deadline. I think the cool thing about asking a question is it gives people a little bit more, I don't know, motive to respond. Like, oh, you know, I could maybe do that, or, you know, it gets them thinking. And whether they comment, whether they message you, or whether they totally ignore it, you've put a bug in their ear. So you're hitting every point there with the fitness, the nutrition, the accountability, that kind of thing. So that, like I said, that was one I used a couple times in the beginning when I first started coaching, and it worked really well for me. So the third one is making like a last chance. Put urgency to your post. So this was one that I did for Valentine's Day. I have 2 spots left for my 21-day Valentine's Day. Ooh, that's a kind of a tongue twister. Fitness accountability group. Who wants them? And then I kind of just, you know, knowing like kind of where what I was living like my life like. So that's who I was trying to attract. So Short on time, that's okay. Busy, that's okay. No matter what your situation is, if you're ready to make the commitment, I promise I will get you the results. So you can do that with anything. You know, if you work full time, are you a busy mom? Are you whatever? However, you don't have to use that exactly, but something out there that is going to get people to say, "Hey, that's me." Like it makes it relatable once again. And then I just threw out just some like quick points to what the purpose of my accountability group is. So working out from home, learning portion control, accountability, and then saying like they can do this, they deserve this. Then once again, comment below or private message me for details. And with all of these, I think the absolute best way to do these are use a selfie, some kind of a selfie or something showing you and your family using the system, or whatever the case is. But if you just use a quote, from what I have found, people kind of just scroll right by. So do something that's eye-catching, something that's different, something that's personable and just fun and out there. So okay, so those are the 3 public posts. Now we're going to move on to the private messaging. I think I have, yeah. So inviting privately the wrong way. So this is exactly 2 years ago, which was 2 months after I started. And what I did, which it did and didn't work. So when I would post my invites, I messaged every single person that liked my posts. However, when I messaged them, I think I was a little bit bombarding. I don't know, maybe not. But so you can read through this. Basically what I did, I went straight to the challenge group. I didn't take any time. I did say, how are you today? And then, but I feel like I wasn't intentional with what I was trying to do. I was more so looking for the sale. I wasn't looking to figure out more about them, figure out their goals, which you'll see when you read through this. It's like I was so focused on myself, and now I will admit it. But I learned, that's how I learned. And I guess I'm not ashamed of it or anything like that. So I thought I would share. This is exactly copied and pasted from one of my Facebook messages. So anyway, so she's telling me that she's at work, and I just go basically right into it, if you can see that. And like I said, let's see. So she got really excited. She did get really excited about it, and this is kind of where my challenge was. What would you do next, right? So I think I did an okay job with getting her, interested and involved. But then I twist it, and I'm sending her links, and I'm telling her why I love it, and I tell her to trust me, and I haven't proven anything to her. So after this big long message that probably was very overwhelming, she did not respond to me. She just completely not even interested. And then I followed up, I think the following month, and said, hey, I'm running another group. Are you interested in are you interested in taking a spot or something like that, right? And still nothing back. So like I said, this was very me focused. This was very everything that, it's exciting, and it is how, if I had a conversation with somebody, I would say this stuff, but I wouldn't be, when you type it, it's hard, it's a lot. And I didn't take any time to ask her what her goals were. So if we go back up, she did say that she slacked off. I could have been more relatable to her and said, oh my gosh, I know what you're going through, everything like that, because she was super excited, right? But here I am, okay, go right to the challenge packs, So that was my, and I did a few of those. I had quite a few conversations like that. So now let's fast forward 2 years, and this was my newest customer, I guess you could say. And look at the difference in the length of the messages. You see it, these big blurbs, and then now it's like just little snippets, like questions and conversation, relationship building. So this was, like I said, this was very recent, last month actually. So we talked about not only fitness, right? So we started out with where she was going to school, what she was going for, and then I asked her what her goals were. So that's where it started with, I'm hoping to open my own daycare. And then she asked me about Beachbody, right? So it didn't feel like selling. And then the whole, I tried to keep it a little bit of both, conversation about life, conversation about fitness, and then kind of put it all together from there. As you can see, I really break it down. Why do you love cardio? What kind of things do you do? How often do you go? And then, so where do I say, what workouts do you do at home? So I'm still looking for a program yet. And that's when I said, I'd love to get you started, if you'd like. And I didn't just say, oh my gosh, I know the best program for you. Here it is, blah, 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 right? Like that's probably what I would have done 2 years ago. And then she said, sure, So once again, I know we've already talked about the goals, but then I just want to hear her say more. I want to bring in some nutrition and stuff like that. So I wanted to really pinpoint what was driving her to ask me about the price, right? So, and as you can see, I completely ignored that, just completely. And I wanted to go straight to what her purpose was. And I personally, I don't think if I was in the opposite side, that's how I would want to be treated. I wouldn't want to say, here's everything, here's the price, here's where you order, and that's it, So, so that was just, like I said, just a major difference. And as I was copying and pasting these conversations, I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so you can read through all of these. Like I said, they're in the PowerPoint. But now going back to price, she asks again, and then I kind of flipped it again because I still had more questions, right? I still had more ideas and things that I wanted to help with before I threw a price out there. So end result was I just ordered it. And I was like, and it feels good. It felt great. It was like, I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel like I sold her on anything. All I did was matched her up with, where she wanted to be and what I could do to help her. So after that, then obviously she joined my challenge group. I've messaged her about once a week and just asked her how things are going. She had lost 10 pounds, and she just was back on, she loved the lifestyle. Her mom was going to start doing the workouts with her. So if you look at that relationship compared to the first one was very self-centered. This one was all about her family, all about her lifestyle. And me, I just provided the tools. So I think that that's really something that we need to remember, is that we're not here for us, right? Like, it's so much more fun when we can get people excited and how they can put it into their life. And then that's when we get excited and pumped up and energized. And then that's when you think this inviting is absolutely worth it, because I'm not trying to sell somebody. I mean, yes, we are, but we're selling them on something that we believe in so strongly, and that once we let them see the results for themselves, it's absolutely worth it. So to close, let all of this drive you. So remember why you started this journey. Like I said, it's not a sales pitch. It's not getting people to buy from us. It's about living healthy, and it's not even, it's the whole package deal: health, fitness, team culture. We have such an amazing opportunity, and just sharing it, why should we be embarrassed to share? I see so many people post about when they have, they're masseuse or massage therapist, and they're going to do a $10 off sale, or hairstylists. I've seen them post and say, hey, book your appointment today and I'll give you free manicure, or whatever it is. I mean, this is our business, right? As long as we are keeping the customers our focus, we should be able to post whatever we want. You know, we're not there to spam people or anything like that. Our intentions are in the right spot. So let's just keep sharing. Let's keep inviting. Let's keep growing and just making it, you know, it's awesome when the more people that we can impact and the more people that we can help. And I don't know, it's amazing to me. So then to close with, I really like this quote. At first they will ask you why you're doing it, then they will ask you how. So I know when I started, people are like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? Why are you posting this? How did you just take a picture of yourself in a yoga pose? Like, you know, it's weird, it's awkward, it's out there. But then all of a sudden you get all these people, you know, that they'll tell you they've been following you for a while, and you're like, oh, cool, you know, it was all worth, and it still is. It's still awkward. It's still sometimes like, oh gosh, do I really want to post that? And you just shut your eyes and do it. So that's it, actually. What are we at for time? Let me do stop share here. Perfect. Gosh, see, my eyes are even watery. I'm so emotional. But yeah, like I said, that's all of it. And if you guys have invites or conversations that have either been total failures or have worked for you, share it in the group. Share it, you know, in the discussion below, or just post it. Say something that, you know, that will benefit all of us that maybe we haven't thought of before. Or if you just want some advice, even post it in the group and say, hey, this is what I'm working on. What do you guys think? Because that's what we're here for. You know, we're a team. We're all about keeping it exciting and supportive, and I don't know, just work through it together. So thank you guys for listening. Once again, I appreciate your patience too. I feel like my life is kind of a blur at the moment, to be honest. So I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to listen and to, you know, just keep promoting yourself and being part of the team and growing. So we have a couple fun things I know that are coming up. Next week I'm doing PiYo in the parking lot as my last live PiYo class at Anytime Fitness. So that'll be at 6 o'clock, 6 to 7. Jess and I are going to the Division Board Dream It, Create It, Live It Vision Board class this Friday. So that'll be a lot of fun. We'll let you guys know how that goes. And then Super Saturday in August. So we need to figure out a plan for that. Figure out if we want to get a hotel room or what we want to do. We'll work through that with Erin. But a couple things just in the works there. And then let's see. Yeah, the beginning of July, we have our Shakeology group that we're kicking off. And then if anybody else wants to promote, put ideas together for challenge groups, that kind of thing, we'll keep it open. But sorry, that was kind of a mixture of a whole bunch of dates, but things that are just kind of flying off my mind. So a lot of exciting things, a lot of things to plug into, and like I said in the beginning, a lot of ways that we can take action. So I am going to hit stop recording. Last time, thank you guys, and we will talk to you tomorrow probably. Have a good night. Bye.